And Steven Borakove. It's Mono Green Tron against Blue White Spirits. It's our finals here from Baltimore. Last match. Winner walking out of here with $5,000. Some SCG Tour points, and both of them have invites to our Season 2 Invitational at the Berglund Center in Roanoke, Virginia, as it is a Urza's Mine that'll get things started. There's Mausoleum Wanderer. I already saw the tower in Annelise's hand. Not sure if the power plant is there. However, here is a Walking Ballista on one. Take a look at Mausoleum Wanderer. Faustino.
I think Faustino will conclude that you can keep that thing for now.
Yes, that is what, that is what she does conclude.
Yeah, okay.
Here is an attack for one. Well, now Rattle Chains works itself into the equation.
No, yeah, you do it on your turn, or you don't do it at all.
I agree. See what the follow-up is here for Steven. This is where Steven gets, some help in the matchups, and the matchups that he has played all weekend long, as there is another tower. That is not a power plant. And a quick check. Yeah, no Tron. There's an Oblivion Stone. Some people just don't know some of the tricky things that spirits can do, as now here comes Fantastic. Nope. Whoa. There's Rattle Chains.
All right, this I think would not be the worst spot to take care of this with the Walking Ballista. One, because it's 2 power on its own, and 2 is now if you let that in play, Borakove gets to enable a lot of tricks with other spirits, and there's no guarantee that your ping for 1 will be good down the line.
Yeah, let's take a look at Rattle Chains here very quickly too. Make sure we know exactly how that card works. And you see Anneliese asking about some of the synergies that are taking place with these cards because, again, this is unfamiliar territory for her, and I imagine a lot of people. You know, the Spirits deck is starting to gain in popularity, but it's not quite there yet. Now, Rattle Chains is a 2/1, so
I mean,
Ballista can kill it.
We've watched, I would say, the burn opponent in the top 4 generally had some problems navigating against these cards. Ted Felicetti blew himself up.
With
using
the
a Field of Ruin on a Mutavault. And now Faustino's here reading cards and probably asking for some clarification on some interactions. And it's one of the advantages of playing a deck that people aren't familiar with the cards, particularly one like Spirits, where so much of it plays at instant speed that it can be really complicated. And if you mess something up, you're really punished for it.
Mausoleum Wanderer's going to come across here for 1. And Steven will simply pass the turn back. Now, of course, if good old Urza's power plant shows up, things start to get a little more difficult. But now, I'm playing with 3 open. There's Spellqueller. Yeah, she knows that one.
No surprises there. Faustino not really deceived there.
Here is Mausoleum Wanderer, trigger. Looks like going to turn up the heat with a Mutavault here. Come across here for 6.
I mean, this is a 3-turn clock. If Faustino can't assemble Tron very quickly.
Well, that's a chromatic star. Start there. Ooh, don't like using the tower.
You gotta leave yourself drawing to Tron to get the 5 mana that turn to crack the Oblivion Stone. Looked like nothing came of it, and now we're in that spot that I mentioned a little bit earlier, where now the Mutavaults are trouble.
Yep.
Even if you are able to assemble Tron and enable the Oblivion Stone, you might not find an answer for the Mutavaults in time.
Oh, Mutavault's going to get fired up. I think another Mutavault's going to. I like fire. Let's see. Okay, so here's Supreme Phantom, so that's 3. So that's 12.
And there you go.
Yeah. That's 12 right there. Wow, Steven Borakove's going to win game number 1 here against Anneliese Faustino. Blue-white Spirits. You can see Steven's facial reaction. Maybe he's even a little bit surprised because I think he knows this matchup isn't great.
I don't know. Anytime you play against Tron and they just never assemble Tron and don't do anything, you're like, oh, I forgot that could ever happen.
Yes, it can happen sometimes. It's rare.
But oh yeah, why wouldn't that happen sometimes? Except it happens so rarely that. There you go.
Well, we are going to go to the sideboards here. We're going to start with Anneliese Faustino, who has 4 copies of Nature's Claim, 3 Thragtusk, 3 Thought-Knots here, 2 Spatial Contortion, a Grafdigger's Cage, a Trinisphere, and a Warping Whale. So, what do we like here?
The Warping Whale and the Spatial Contortions, the removal spells.
Okay.
I'm a little. I think the Thragtusk and Thought-Knot are not effective blockers in this matchup, especially Blue White Spirits is so much in the air. But if you don't bring in any of the creatures, then Geist Saint Traff can become really problematic. So maybe she wants a little bit of that, but I would keep it light on the creatures and just lean on the Spatial Contortions and the Warping Whale.
You go to the other side of things here for Steven, who's working with a pretty diverse sideboard, which you already mentioned, the 2 Damping Spheres. We know those are coming in. 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Stony Silence, 2 Unified Will, a Blessed Alliance, a Disenchant, an Echoing Truth, and Engineer Explosives, a Settle the Wreckage, a Warship, and a Vendilion Click. Actually, some really good options.
So the Damping Spheres, the Stony Silence, the Unified Wills, those seem excellent to me. The Vendilion Click as well. And you could talk me into Disenchant and Echoing Truth, too. So a real sideboard here for Borakove.
Well, those are the options there for both players. And for the last time this weekend, we will talk about Meals on Steel, the pre-release playmat here, as we work ourselves towards Guilds of Ravnica preview season. It'll be here sooner than you find, folks. Thanks. Remember, next weekend is GP Richmond, but it's also PAX in Seattle, where they generally like to unveil a couple things.
PAX Prime, yeah.
Yeah, so I expect to see a little something there.
I was there for the party for Theros, and they revealed, and it was a room with a DJ and revelry, people drinking and having a really good time.
Yes.
And the Wizards of the Coast, we got our final PAX reveal, and they pulled down the curtain over the easel that's showing the piece of art.
Yes.
And it's a picture of the reprint of Thoughtseize. And the room lost their minds, so happy. And I looked over to the Wizards people that were there and shook my head and left the party. Also at the PAX party, 2 gentlemen came up to me and they said, I know this is kind of weird, but we're really big fans of your work, and we would love to buy you a drink. So go ahead, and they buy me a drink, and 1 drink becomes 3, and
as it oftentimes does.
3 and 5. And
yes.
I'm enjoying their company, and they're from Edmonton, I think.
Okay.
I'm actually having a legitimately good time kicking it with these 2. And the conversation gets to a point where, in my haze, I'm able to suss out that one of them thinks that I am Patrick Chapin, and the other thinks that I am Paul Rietzel. But it was way too late. And I don't know, but my tab at that point, if they wanted to cover it, I wasn't about to intervene.
That's on the house.
That's on the house. You 2 got to handle that.
Yeah.
So that was my PAX Prime unveil celebration.
Can't wait till you go again.
The room cheering when Thoughtseize got reprinted was. I remember that moment very well.
Yes. Yes.
People often do not know what is good for them.
Well,
so you go.
They got what they wanted. They just didn't know if Pack Rat was going to come along with it. Yeah.
Tax boxes don't matter for 2 years. Woo! Can't play any deck built around Synergy for 24 months. DJ, give me some Black Eyed Peas. I want to get on the dance floor. Start shaking it.
That's right. That was the hotness back then, the Black Eyed Peas. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. They had a good 2014.
The Black Eyed Peas broke it, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Insofar as just jam until people can't take it anymore, and then you don't have to jam anymore.
Yeah.
Am I doing too much music? It doesn't matter.
Just keep doing it.
There are enough people listening. It doesn't matter. Keep jamming, and then you never have to be seen or heard from again.
I was watching a local Lakers broadcast, and some of the members of the band were sitting courtside, dressed like, I think not. They were dressed like people going as astronauts for Halloween. I guess it's the closest thing I can describe.
That sounds right.
Just spouting absolute gibberish, even by the standards set by Los Angeles.
Yes.
Incomprehensible celebrity appearance. Yeah, they broke it. They broke it.
Just snapped it right in half. Both these players are going to take a look at their opening hands, and it looks like Anneliese is going down to 5, which this deck can do totally fine.
Yep.
Mind you, it is Tron after all.
Yep, and Borakove is not super disruptive, although post-board the Damping Spheres are problematic. Beating that card on 5 is rough. But Faustino can just still curve naturally into Tron and be just fine even on 5 cards.
Let's see how this one looks. She doesn't look thrilled. 4.
4.
I've done it on 4 with Tron.
Of course. You literally only need the 4 cards.
I've done it on 4. In the mirror, I had my opponent conceding on turn 5.
Just card on the play.
No.
Okay.
Mirror match, I went Tron, next turn, another tower, Mindslaver you, and they had a Spellskite in play. And then I killed them on their turn with their Spellskite.
Sweet.
It can be done.
Scry to the top.
See? It can be done.
Scry to the top is a really good sign.
Power plant. 4 cards is not very many, but it can be done.
If you're in Borakove's seat, she's on 4 cards, she's scry to the top.
I feel
you're like,
I feel horrible. Yep, there's mine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel horrible.
I'll try to get a look at her leftovers here. Looks like a Nature's Claim.
Yeah, I like it. Put him face down. Don't let anybody know. Don't let anyone know. Tower Karn.
Who's on 4 cards? Who do you think's more nervous?
Boo.
Okay, all right, that's rough.
Boo. There's another power plant.
Although, keep in mind, Faustino has the Nature's Claim.
True.
So, that's not going to – she needs to draw the 3rd Tron piece plus a green source of mana, asking a little bit here, but –
Another Damping Sphere. Let's see what we got here. Thalia. Thalia it is. Makes Damping Sphere a little more expensive. Draw a card. That is a Scavenging Grounds. Okay. In with Thalia. There's a Mutavault. Let's see what this is. Supreme Phantom Time, perhaps? Yes. Pass a turn back. Need a green source to get this party started. No green source there. Here is Rattle Chains. Untap and draw. Oh, Steven might be coming all the way home here, folks. It's a Mutavault in there. He can play a Drogskull Captain, of course, at instant speed because of the Rattle Chains before damage. There is the Drogskull Captain. It's going to be 3. Actually, Rattle Chains, it's going to be 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 it looks like. Faustino's going to fall down to 6, and unfortunately for her, the untimely mulligan to 4. That means that this might be her last draw step for this weekend. It's a forest
but
to cast that Nature's Claim.
Still no Tron.
Yeah. Hate to see it end this way as Mutavault gets fired up, and that is going to do it. Steven Borakove is going to win this game and match here over Anneliese Faustino. 2-0. A great run for Anneliese in first place for most of the weekend. Luck not on her side here in the finals as Blue-White Spirits in the